Hi. Today in this video we are going to see about slot antenna, a special antennas. So in this video we are going to see the definition, configurations, polarization characteristics and advantages of slot antennas. So today I am going to discuss the slot antenna, which is a type of aperture antenna. It is created by cutting a narrow slot in a conducting surface such as a metal plate or waveguide wall. Slot antennas are commonly used at microwave frequencies. The radiation is produced by the current distribution around the edges of the slot, making them efficient and simple radiating structures. A slot antenna radiates electromagnetic energy through an opening in a conductive sheet. When power is applied, current flows around the slot edges, generating radiation into free space. Because radiation occurs through an aperture, slot antennas are classified as aperture antennas and are widely used in microwave communication systems. The most commonly used slot antenna shape is rectangular. The slot length and width determine the resonant frequency and radiation behavior. Typically, the slot length is designed to be approximately half of the operating wavelength. Slot can be cut into flat surfaces, cylindrical structures, or waveguide walls depending on the applications. Babinet's principle. The Babinet's principle in electromagnetics explains the relation between a slot antenna and its complementary structure, which is typically a dipole antenna of same dimension. According to this principle, the electromagnetic fields produced by a slot and its complementary dipole are related in such a way that their combined effect equals the field that would exist without the conducting screen. This concept helps engineers analyze slot antennas using dipole antenna theory. Booker's extension. It builds on Babinet's principle by relating the impedance of a slot antenna to the impedance of its complementary dipole antenna. This relationship helps engineers design impedance matching networks. Although it assumes an infinitely thin conducting sheet, it works well in practical antenna designs. Radiation pattern and polarization characteristics of slot antenna. The radiation pattern of a slot antenna is similar to that of a dipole antenna, but the electric and magnetic fields are interchanged. The polarization of the radiated waveguide depends on the orientation of the slot. A vertical slot produces horizontally polarized radiation, while a horizontal slot produces vertical polarization radiation. This property makes slot antenna useful in applications requiring controlled polarization. Radiation directionality. An open slot antenna radiates equally in both directions when placed in a large conducting plane. This produces a bidirectional radiation pattern that looks like a figure 8. The size of the conducting surface affects the symmetry of radiation and the level of back radiation. Cavity-backed slot antennas. To obtain unidirectional radiation, a cavity is placed behind the slot antenna. This prevents radiation from the backside and improves directivity. The radiation process can be compared to ripple in water spreading outward after a disturbance, showing how electromagnetic waves propagate away from the antenna. Waveguide slot arrays. Slot antennas are often used in waveguides to form slot arrays. Multiple slots placed at regular intervals produce highly directional beams. These arrays are commonly used in radar systems, including airborne radar applications, because they provide high gain and reliable performance. Advantages. One major advantage of slot antenna is that they can be mounted flush with a surface. This is important in aircraft and spacecraft because it maintains aerodynamic shape. Slot antennas are mechanically strong, can be protected with dielectric covers and are simple and cost-effective to manufacture. To summarize slot antennas, combine characteristics of wire antennas and aperture antennas. Their performance depends on slot geometry and the surrounding conducting surface. Open slots produce bidirectional radiation, while cavity-backed designs provide directional control. Slot antennas remain important in radar and communication systems. The mind map view of slot antenna concept is given in this slide.